Hey everyone, today's guest is Paris Hilton, who I first met when I was new to Hollywood. It's been about 15 years since I last saw her, and I still feel the same sense of wonder I had then. Her new documentary, This is Paris, shows a side of her that no one has ever seen. I don't want to say too much, but it was not at all what I expected. You can find This is Paris on her YouTube channel. After the interview, I'm joined once again by world-renowned clinical sexologist, educator, and sex coach, Dr. Patty Britton, who has some advice for how to keep that spark alive in a relationship, especially during quarantine. But first, here's Paris.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to Unqualified with your host, Anna Faris.
Hi,
love.
Oh my God, my heart is racing right now. I'm really nervous.
Why?
You know, I think anybody who encounters you, they would be like so full of shit if they didn't admit that. I think it's because you are larger than life.
Oh, thank you, babe.
You know? When you pay attention to somebody, it feels like the sun is shining on you.
Oh,
yes,
you.
But then when you turn away, it's like, oh, man, it's overcast.
Love you.
How are you? How is everything?
Good. Really good.
Good.
Yeah. Crazy times.
Yeah, I was really blown away by your documentary.
Thank
This
you.
is Paris,
Thank
which
you.
comes out September 14th, right?
Yes.
I was thinking about my encounters with you. Can I share a memory?
Yeah.
I think the first time I met you, I was invited over to your house by Jake Bailey, who was a brilliant makeup artist. And from what I remember of that night, I don't know if you remember this night. You probably
I
don't.
remember.
You do?
Yes. I actually have photos from that night of us. They're really cute.
Really?
I'll send them over, yeah.
Please do. Oh my God. I bet I'm just like kind of scared.
No, you look cute.
But I remember you were so kind walking into your house, and it was incredibly glamorous, and there were all these beautiful people around. And from my memory, you grabbed my hand and took me upstairs to your bedroom. And I didn't really know anybody there. And I felt like, holy shit, I'm getting picked. We went up into your room. You did my eye makeup.
I remember.
It was like the most surreal night of my life.
That's so fun. I love that. That house was so much fun back in the day. There's so many fun memories, but I totally remember.
And you showed me your closet. It's just as amazing as you can imagine.
Thank you.
That was like truly a magical night for me.
Well, I'm so happy that you came.
Yeah. After I told my parents, which I never told them like anything about my early Hollywood days. But anyway, I was like, I think Paris Hilton is my best friend. That's who you are to my family, Paris.
Aww. Hi, Mom.
She was like, oh, Ani, we have to get Paris to Edmonds. Edmonds is where I grew up.
Yes.
My mom is determined to teach you how to make a pie crust.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love to cook, so that'd be fun.
So, Paris, shall I book your plane ticket?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do this.
I'll let my mom know. And then there was another night in a club, and I was so happy to see you. And I had to pee, and you were like, I know where this other bathroom is. And we like went through the kitchen, and you were like saying hi to all the staff.
Yep. Always know all the secrets.
But I like that you have that side to you, and I love that your documentary really reveals those things.
Yes. Definitely the first time I've revealed.
I think that you have something about you, though, that is very, I think, human and vulnerable about you, that through all the beauty people can see, which is a pretty incredible thing, I think. I'm going to cry.
I love you.
I love you, too.
Did you cry during the movie?
Yes, I did. Do you get that a lot with, like, your friends that have seen it?
Yes.
Did a lot of people know about your journey?
No one. I never talked about it with my family, my friends, my sister, my boyfriends. No one. It was the first time.
How long did it take to film the entire documentary?
Around a year and a half.
And did you know that the story would end up where it did?
No, that was not the original plan at all. The film was originally just supposed to be about my life, being a businesswoman, all the fun parts. But I never thought I would ever reveal the secrets or really go that deep or really be myself. I thought I was just going to continue playing the character. But during this film, I just got so close with the director. She was just so amazing and made me feel so comfortable where I felt like I could tell her anything.
For maybe like the first 40 minutes, it's so much glamour and this completely unimaginable life. And then the shift is like, holy fuck. So was that about 6 months in when you were starting to be vulnerable to a camera and a film crew that you trusted that kind of asked you to take a deeper dive into things?
Yeah, I think it was about 7 months into filming. The director and I had just formed this really close relationship. I was traveling. I was on a tour traveling around Europe and Asia. And then I was in Korea and I had just been working nonstop and was on no sleep and just feeling just physically and emotionally exhausted and having severe nightmares. And all of a sudden I just started opening up to her about what I had went through and these traumatic experiences. And then she just kept pushing me to ask more and more. But I kind of didn't feel comfortable. I was like, I don't want to say this on camera. I don't want this as part of my story. I don't want people to know. And she convinced me to tell my story. She's like, this is who you are. This is real. I want people to know why you are, how you are, and what happened to you in your life, because it's something that's really serious. And then I finally felt brave enough to come forward with my whole story.
Well, it's amazing. A lot of times on podcasts, like I'll talk about my high school reunion, and like whatever that experience was, which was mundane. But I think you didn't have anything close to like a high school graduation or a prom or any of the typical experiences that most of us have.
Mm-hmm. No, I did not get to experience any of that, which makes me sad too, because I look at movies or seeing my friends and just seeing all the memories of people like having a graduation, going to the prom, and just doing all the things that a normal teenager does. And to have missed out on that, it bums me out. Like I wish I could like go back and be able to do all of that.
Paris, it wasn't all that great.
Oh.
I want to talk intimately with you because your documentary is so intimate.
Mm-hmm.
I would think that your high guard must, of course, be rooted in that massive trauma. And I don't want you to have to get into relationships if you don't want to talk about that at all.
I don't mind.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you in a relationship now?
Yes. Amazing relationship. The best one ever. Like I didn't know that it was possible to feel this way or be so happy or feel so safe. So
Good.
grateful. Yes.
How long have you been with this person?
We've known each other for 15 years.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, we've been friends for a long time. And then this Thanksgiving, I went to go visit my family in the Hamptons. And we got invited over to their house for Thanksgiving lunch and then for dinner again. And ever since then, we have just been inseparable. And it's amazing.
How did you guys meet?
We met 15 years ago at the same house that you went to, the Kings Road house that I used to live on, at one of my epic parties. And ever since then, we just were friends and then reconnected again Thanksgiving.
Did you guys have like a flirty, texty thing for 15 years?
We just would see each other around. But then as soon as we were in the Hamptons and had our first kiss, then we were just texting back and forth. And then we were just inseparable, where we've literally not spent a night apart since then.
Do you guys have clam bakes in the Hamptons? I've never been to the Hamptons.
Yes.
Does that involve like digging a big hole and sticking a bunch of clams in them?
I don't do that part, but I'm sure someone does. I just eat them. But yeah, we do that. We do like s'mores on the beach. It's fun. I love the Hamptons.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Okay, what is a trait you dislike in others?
I don't like when people are rude to other people or liars. I hate liars.
I have a question on here, which is on what occasion do you lie? That I ask everybody. And I was thinking about that question in regards to you. And I felt like, I don't think Paris really lies.
No, I'm very open. I'm not a liar. I think the only thing I would lie about is to not hurt someone's feelings. Like if somebody asked me something and I knew it would make them sad or make them feel insecure, then I would just, like a little white lie, no big deal. But I don't lie about big things.
It does feel like your life is so large you don't need to. Your life is already kind of unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right. What is a trait you dislike in yourself?
I hate that I'm shy. I think from what I've went through, I get like socially awkward sometimes. So just being shy and feeling that way, I hate that feeling.
Can I ask you, do you feel shy right now?
A little bit, because I always feel shy.
I do too. Okay. What qualities do you look for in a romantic partner?
Loyalty, someone who can make me laugh, and someone who's my best friend. And handsome is a brownie point, I guess.
Yeah. What is your greatest extravagance?
I love cars. I'm like a tomboy. I love like fast cars.
So what's your favorite car?
I have this car called the Slivmobile, and it's the new BMW i8 convertible, and I had it wrapped in this like amazing holographic. It literally looks like a mermaid unicorn skin. It's really cool. I love it.
That sounds amazing, and I love the idea of you cruising around the Hamptons in that. Do you like to drive or do you like to ride?
I love to drive.
Yeah, I do too. I'm not quite sure if I'm the best driver, but I sure do like it. I say that I'll like secretively, like the cops are right around the corner.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay. To whom would you most like to apologize and why?
I'm trying to think. No one. I really can't think of anyone. I feel like I've always been so kind and good to people, even when I shouldn't have been. So I don't know. I can't really think of anyone I would apologize to because I don't ever do anything to hurt people's feelings. I'm very sensitive about all that.
Paris, that is the fucking raddest answer I've ever heard.
That's true.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Okay. If you could live anywhere in the world for a year, where would it be?
London. I love London. It's one of my favorite cities in the world. What
do you love about it?
Everything. Just the people, the food, the shopping, the vibe, the architecture. It's one of my favorite places. I used to actually live there for 6 months and I really loved it.
But what about the weather?
The weather can be brutal sometimes. So I think if it had LA weather, I would live there full time.
Yeah, I love London too. Okay. What qualities do you look for in a friend?
Someone trustworthy who has good intentions, who wants to be my friend for the right reasons, and someone who's fun to hang out with and has good energy and, again, can make me laugh because I love laughing. Okay,
Paris, I'm going to dive back into like LA memories during those times. Like that night for me, I probably was 23 or 24 and it was mind blowing for me. In kind of just the beauty and like truly the Hollywoodness of it. But I imagine you have never had that experience because that has been your life at a pretty young age, right? Like 14 or 15.
Yes.
Is there anything that can like blow your mind? Have you had like in the last decade, something that has amazed you?
I feel that I've just lived so many lifetimes because I've done so many things and went so many amazing places and just have seen it all. But nothing really excites me anymore because I feel like I've just seen everything and more. I think one of the things that blew my mind was for one of my anniversaries because my boyfriend and I celebrate every single month and he always just comes up with something super romantic. And recently he set up like this whole movie theater outside at the house, like on the balcony. And it was just like this huge screen. And he knows I love Marilyn Monroe and I've never seen any of her movies. So he had that and just like presents and flowers and candles. And I'm not used to guys doing romantic things for me because I just never have had the time and I was never with the right person. So just to have someone do something so special for me every month is just like blows my mind what he does.
Are you guys able to quarantine together?
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
And you guys are so in love after it's now
9 months. We just had our 9-month anniversary.
Congratulations, Paris.
Yeah. So this pandemic has been really scary and really hard, but I like to see the silver lining and the fact that we've been able to spend so much time together. I haven't had to travel and just becoming so close. I feel like this pandemic is either like a make or break situation with relationships. I've seen so many people break up or get divorced, and then I've seen other couples just become so close because of it.
Paris, could you name like 4 or 5 of your most valued items, like sentiment or whatever, however you want to define that? Like if you only could take 5 items if a fire came your way.
I would take my iPhones because obviously I love my phones. I need them. And my 21st birthday dress, which is like this iconic, sparkly, beautiful dress that I love. And I would take I have these really amazing boots from Philip Klein that are all crystallized that I love. I know it's pretty random.
No, it's just impractical.
Yeah, very. Like I need my 21st birthday dress and these boots now. I have to run out of the fire in style.
Okay, Paris, who would you invite to your dream dinner party?
I would invite Marilyn Monroe, Princess Diana, and Snoop Dogg, and you.
Paris, thanks. You're the first person who's asked me.
Yes.
I would love to come to your dinner party.
You're pretty lit.
But you did pick 2 tragic ladies there at the top.
I love them. I've always just been obsessed with Marilyn and Princess Diana. Just think that they're such legends and such amazing women.
But there's tragedy in both of them.
Yeah.
In every still you see of either of them, you can see like a little pain behind the eyes.
I can relate to that.
I know. I was doing press in Madrid for the House Bunny, and this woman, she was telling me that I had a lot of sadness behind my eyes and asking me to talk about that. I will never forget it, and I'm really grateful for it, actually, because it felt, I've been doing press for the House Bunny, so it was like, it's sororities, it's a whole different thing in America, whatever. I don't remember what I said, but I do think that that's what makes you fascinating, too. Because I think that your appeal was sort of rooted in that on some level we recognized you were playing a character on The Simple Life. At what point did you recognize that you wanted to identify it like that?
I developed that character like back when I was a teenager. I think it was almost like a mask to hide behind. And then when I did the show, I knew that was the character that I was going to put on and I was going to portray. But I didn't know that the show would be such a huge success and I would have to continue playing that character year after year. So I kind of just got, almost like stuck in the character where I sometimes even forgot who I was myself because I just was so nonstop and always having to be on and always playing it all the time. So you kind of get like lost in it and caught up in it. And somehow, I don't know, I just kind of forgot who I was.
Are you still close with people that you were really close with 10 years ago?
Yeah, not everybody, because you kind of learn about people and see that they're not good people. So I've cut out a lot of people from my life, but the good ones I kept.
How large is your circle of friends?
Not large.
Mine is like right here.
I feel like I have like a million acquaintances, And then I have a very tight group of friends because I just don't trust people and it's hard for me to open up, especially I think just from being so busy and focusing so much on my business and my work and having to be on a plane 250 days out of the year. It's hard to maintain friendships and really build trusting relationships when you're, never there.
Most of us experience a lot of loneliness, but I kind of get the idea that you experience it to a more extreme degree.
Yeah.
It does seem like a lonely lifestyle.
Definitely. Just having to travel and constantly just be surrounded by strangers in foreign countries. And I've been doing this for so long. So yeah, it's been very, very lonely. Even though I was always surrounded by so many people, I still felt alone because I didn't know anyone. So yeah, it's been hard.
Paris, for some reason, it was never easy for me to make friends with other women. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you are the same way. Like, are most of your friends like female?
Both. But I know what you mean. Like, I do find it hard sometimes to be friends with some girls because you can't trust them. And there's a lot of, especially in this town, a lot of girls who like to backstab and just talk behind your back.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing. I let people in, but I really am careful about it.
Yeah. So, Paris, what is the closest you've felt to anonymity in like 20 years or your lifetime?
I never really feel that way. I think sometimes